Hi everyone, welcome to Firesoultarot. Today I'm going to do a reading about your future spouse and one of the past lives that you share with your future spouse and the influence that this past life has got on your, will have on your lifetime together in this lifetime. You know, in your marriage and your relationship with your future spouse in this lifetime. So we have for pile 1, loss, number 16. For pile number 2, addictions, number 7. And for pile number 3, passions and interests, number 40. So I think this is going to be an interesting reading. I've never done this kind of reading, so I'm very curious to see what will come out. Okay, so I'll see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1. If you picked this lost card, this is your reading. Let's see. So I'm going to also, I already pre-shuffled, these are archetypes, one representing your future spouse and in this past life, and these two came out for you, representing your archetypes in this past life, and you got, so for your future spouse you got the athlete, and for you you got the father and a child, the child eternal. So already from this, I'm already getting a possibility, but I'm going to check with other decks, you know, about who you two were in a past life. So I'm just getting this idea that you could have been a father and child. So in a past life, and that you, the viewer, were the father, and that your future spouse was your child, and this child grew into a very you know, this athlete type of archetype type of person, you know, where here it says dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. So your, let's say in the past life, your future spouse was your probably your son or your daughter. Doesn't have to be gender related. And anyway, they had this ability of a very strong willpower and strength of spirit. Now, the shadow of this part is that misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. So this could have been a bit of a, you know, a spoiled brat, let's say, as a child. So you as the father of this child might have had to sort of you might have had issues with guiding the child, to a point that the fact that they felt there was this full sense of invulnerability, as if nothing can defeat me. And this then, I see the loss card, reversal of fortune, might have brought then some loss. So maybe your child, basically, your future spouse, which was your child, your son, your daughter, made misuse of money, and this brought some loss. This is what I'm seeing so far. I also see this child eternal card, where there is written determination to remain young in body. So even if you were a father in a past life, you still had this kind of inner child very awakened, very alive. So you were keeping yourself young in body, mind and spirit, and the ability to see things with fresh eyes. But then here it says inability to grow up and be responsible. So probably that's where you kind of lacked guiding your child, and this brought some loss into your life together as a parent and either daughter or son. Also here it says extreme dependency on others for physical security. So maybe you had grown up in this past life in a family that that didn't give you enough security, for what I feel here, and therefore you kind of develop this sense of dependency on others for physical security and security in general, I think. But let's see more. Please, Spirit, connect me to pile one and their future spouse, and and let's see what their past life together was like. So let's see. Give me more indicators. What do I see here? Lovers. Okay, let's I'll figure this out with tarot as well. Lovers. Okay, let's see more. I want to figure out this story. So let's see. Give me some more indicators that can make me understand more about what happened in the past life. Family room. And this wanted to flip. Concern. Yeah, definitely. And then expectation. Okay. Right. What I'm getting here is that your future spouse mother, which basically, even if you're a woman watching, in a past life you were a father, a man, and your spouse had expectations, I think, from what I'm gathering here, for your son together to have a good marriage, something that would keep the wealth of the family to a stable level, right? And yet I think with this lover's card, I see that your son, which was is going to be your current future spouse, had a lover that was not up to the wealth of the family. And so this brought concern to you, the viewer, which were the father of this child, because you were feeling loss in terms of financial loss, and therefore because of this love that was going on. And you see the attitude of your son, which is your future spouse, was very like being very proud of themselves, feeling like, yeah, nothing can defeat me. I can do whatever I like. I have the right to do what I like with my life. So this brought quite a bit of turmoil in the family, for what I can see. Let's get some more indicators with this. So what happened in this past life? And then I'll get tarot as well. What happened here? Biblical, yes. You and your wife wanted your son, which is your future spouse again, to marry in sort of like biblical terms, to be very traditional and have a proper marriage, have something properly done. But the love was erupting between your son, future spouse, and their lover, and so they might have even conceived out of marriage. They might have conceived the child. Let's see if the child or the baby comes out, because that would be pretty much on point. Imprisonment or slavery. Okay. And let's see one more. Medicine, man or woman. And at the bottom, Atlantis. Okay, so I'm going to clarify with tarot, but okay, I see what... Okay. What I'm getting here is that your son, because of the fact that it was rebellious, let's say, your son, which is your future spouse, because it was rebellious, they decided to go their own way and continue pursuing this love out of marriage. And eventually the thing is that because of that, let's say the family decided not to give any more funding to the son, and therefore your son ended up stealing for for providing, for let's say the new family unit, which wasn't though a proper marriage, but yet this brought them to imprisonment. And so then let me think about the medicine man or woman. Okay, I'll have to clarify with Taro, I think, because I need to see if there is more to this story than I can see from this card. So let me just gather some information with Taro. Please clarify imprisonment or slavery. So let me get more about this, what happened there, and then I'll clarify the others. Let's see what happened here. Oh, wow, look at this. This is like basically the same card, because this is like imprisonment, being in your own prison, also mental prison in this case, but this anyway depicts the same type of imagery, of the prison behind bars. So yes, there was a lot of worry about your son, which is your future spouse. Let's see the medicine man or woman. He probably got sick in prison, and therefore there was a necessity of consulting somebody for helping, in supporting his health, basically. But let me see. So the Eight of Wands, it came in reverse. There was a long period of time where there was no more talking between, like there was no communication between your son and you and the family. Let me clarify Atlantis. What is this Atlantis about? Seven of Cups. Yeah, there was a lot of inner turmoil in terms of confusion on how to approach this situation, what was the best choice, basically how to act in regards to this situation that was taking place. And this brought a lot of therapy in the emotions and a blockage in communication. So there was silence between you, the father, and your son, your future spouse, because of this situation. Let's see, Nine of Cups reverse. Yeah, there was a lot of unhappiness and a lot of feelings of that this prosperity that you had depicted ahead of you basically was not fulfilled. So what I can see here is that there was a lot of turmoil going on here. But let me clarify more of the medicine. You see the tower that came right after this. I'm going to take it. This caused a big shake-up in the family, this situation. But what about the imprisonment? How did that end? Did he get released after Two of Cups reverse? Yeah, this imprisonment caused the relationship to break between your son and their partner, because of course they couldn't be together, and anyway that brought a strain on the relationship, so they broke up. And what else happened here? How did this story end? King of Swords, that's the father figure, being very strict with the son and saying you better put yourself together and rebuild from whatever damage that has happened here to you and the family, and basically kind of trying to talk to you were trying to talk to your child, to your son, telling him you need to put yourself together, you need to make better choices in life. Let's see what else. I think your mother was your future spouse's mother, which was your partner at the time, was very upset, very emotionally disrupted by all of this that was happening. I see these three lines as your son, you, and the mother of your son. Let me see. Clarify more. Yes, it was a big burden on your future spouse's mother, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, that really brought a lot of heaviness. Let's see at the bottom, the world in reverse. Yeah, you had to close up, like, sorry, your future spouse had to close up a cycle, but it was very resistant at that because the love was true love between the two of them. So your future spouse, which was your child, your son, found it really hard to close up the story with his lover. Right. Wow. I mean, this is mind blowing. What's coming out? And what else? I mean, let's get more clarification with this deck. I'm just curious now at this point. The family. Okay. So eventually your son, which is your future spouse, got married and formed a stable family. But with whom? I'm just wondering, was it the same person? Let me see. Who was he with? Yeah, they got a new start. Okay, there was a new start, a new beginning. The moon. A very emotional new beginning. Let me see. Okay, this marriage brought a good harvest, like a good outcome. And a lot of prosperity. So eventually things actually got better. What else do I want to clarify? So how was then clarified you, the father figure? Yeah, you had basically you went through a lot of different emotions, happiness, sadness with your son, which is your future spouse. There was a lot going on. Okay, here we go. That's okay. This is the yeah. You got very emotional, I think, about the marriage between your son and this lady, which actually was then the one that it was the one that the true soulmate. I mean, it could have been the same. I'm not sure exactly how to confirm that. Maybe I could take a tarot card to say if it is upright, it's the same person. If it's reverse, it's a different person. But let's see. So was that the same person? No, it was a different lady. So your son, your future spouse, manifested a new person in their life, which was the love of their life, and they formed like a proper family, marrying and all. And let's clarify your future spouse's mom at the time. How did she feel about all of this? Yes, this became like a formal marriage. You see, the tower represents formalities, and I think she was very happy with it because finally got into a proper marriage. Yes, definitely. The mother of your child son, got very happy with this and felt this was the loyal partner that the son deserved, and that there was a lot of fortune and luck coming out of this. And let me get one last card from this oracle of the past lives to kind of gather up one last bit of information. What more can you tell us about this? Idyllic memories, yes. They formed a beautiful family, peace, tranquility, yes. So they finally they reached together a moment, like all the entire family basically reached a moment of peace finally, and they starting building up very good memories. And it's number one, a new start, a new beginning, and so they formed like a stable life. Then the son and this new partner. So your future spouse was your son. Right, that's interesting. Now let's see the consequences of this relationship on it's kind of it's interesting to see this, because I wonder now what the consequences are going to be in terms of your relationship in this lifetime, because being father and son, you may feel a bit bossy around this person, like as in you're sort of entitled to boss them around a bit. That's what I'm getting, just straight as channeling, but let's confirm or check. Let's see what the tarot has to say about this, the influence on this lifetime. Or else it could be simply that you know, it could be simply that you two have a really strong bond, because of course, you know, having had such a strong bond as father and child, you know, that's very strong. So I'm presuming it's going to be felt very strongly between the two of you. Let me see, what are the influences on this lifetime then, when you two are going to be together? I'm going to take it all upright cards. I'm not going to take any reversals in regards to the influence. So please, Spirit, connect me to the influence that this relationship, this past life relationship that they had with their future spouse is going to affect pile 1 and in their marriage, of course. Hold on. I want to shuffle a little bit better. So what influence? Okay, it's too many in a block. I want one card at a time. They're all coming in a block because this card tend to stick to each other. Okay, 2 came out, I'm taking them. Page of Fire, Hanged Man, 7 of Air, 7 of Air. Okay, and 5 of Earth. Look at the loss, yes. Okay, let's see more. 5 of Water, 2 5s. Okay, let's see. 8 of Air. Look at the air element here. It's very dominant. 9 of Earth and Queen of Earth. At the bottom, 7 of Earth. Okay, I see a lot of air, a lot of earth in this spread. Let me reflect on this. The first message I channeled right straight away as soon as I saw the young man and the 7 of Air is that with their future spouse, there is this feeling like you don't know what to expect from them. They could, you know, it's like you feel like you don't know what's coming next from them. There is this feeling here of uncertainty in terms of like, what can I expect? They're a bit of a hot-headed person with a Page of Fire. And so, you know, sort of a sense of a bit of, let's say, a bit of recklessness. And that can obviously come from this lifetime, past lifetime together, where, you know, clearly your future spouse did something reckless. And therefore there is this vibe of, is this going to bring us on the bring losses? 5 of Water, 5 of Earth. Is that going to bring, you know, is the relationship with my future spouse, is that going to bring some form of losses? And there is this question mark, you know, that pops in your head, like emotional loss or material loss. So the Three of Air, yes, that's a Three of Swords. So there is definitely a fear of being heartbroken, you know, like, and this clearly stems from this past life together. But with the Nine of Earth and the Queen of Earth, at the end of the day, you will feel pretty secure within your own energy, first of all. And with the 7 of Earth, you will feel that anyway they put a good foot forward in terms of investing in you, investing to build. So at the end of the day, you do feel like they want to give you certainties, although you do sometimes get into your head with these hair cards and wonder, am I just like getting too apprehensive here? Should I take a different point of view and look at things for what they are and not these fears that I feel arising in me? Because you know, these fears would stem from this past life together, and kind of being like, what can I expect from this hot-headed person? You know, they're like a little bit unpredictable at times, although most of the time they are reliable. You know, the 7 of Earth, they are doing steady steps, they're planting the seeds, they're watching the harvest grow. So it's like, you know, they are putting in the best foot forward, but sometimes they have a bit of a fiery side, and that kind of puts you in a mode of alarm. There is a need of protecting myself from this. Is there, you know, that kind of need? So this is what comes out with tarot. Let's see more. What stems? What influence does this have? This past life has got. Prayer. That's so funny, honestly. You're there like praying that nothing bad will happen, you know, as a result of interacting with your future spouse. It's so funny, honestly. Prayer and what else? Impartiality. Yeah, you try to maintain a balanced perspective. You see, with the Hanged Man and the impartiality card, you're trying to maintain balance and not to be overwhelmed by your thoughts. Let's see more. Workaholic. Okay, yeah. Nine of Earth. Yeah, there you go. I think actually this could be even your future spouse, husband or wife. That's going to be a workaholic because they experienced loss previously, you know, in their life. And so they actually, I think, are going to really focus on work in order not to feel any sense of instability in terms of monetary, you know, in a financial sense, because they did experience that previously, you know, as they were going about their life. And so they are going to be very workaholic for what I see. Let's see more. I'm very interested about looking at the reflection of this past life. It's so interesting. Bittersweet. Yeah, sometimes you're not going to be sure if this is sweet or bitter. You know, what are you getting from this relationship? Because you fear the worst for what I can see. But let me see, mysticism. Yes, again, you then try to elevate from these fears that stem from this past life, and you try to kind of gain this new perspective with young men, an impartial point of view, and to connect with your higher chakras and not to be guided you know, by your fears, by you know, the devil energy. So this mysticism is kind of you know, up leveling in terms of your energy and trying to kind of connect to higher an higher vision and a bird's eye view, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see, miracle. I think you believe in this at the end of the day. You see this as a beautiful manifestation that you know, that you two can work out miracles in your life together. And perfection, look at the bottom. Yes, I like that. And abundance as well. So actually, this past lifetime, I think has taught a lot to both of you. And I think you both work towards, you know, an improvement and perfectioning your own self in order to bring abundance in your life. So I see a lot of prosperity anyway ahead of you two together as a couple. So that's really good. And let me see with this deck, I'm curious as well to see with this deck what comes out. For pile number one, what influence does this have, this past life has got on them? And that will be the end of the reading. I'm just consulting this one. Let's see. Inner child. Yes, there was the child eternal again. So this relationship is going to heal your inner child of you both. So you two are going to really work well together. Excuse me. What else? Wild. You two are going to really go wild with each other. The passion is going to be incredible. Yeah, absolutely steamy passion with this red dress. And the healing. Yes, you two heal each other, definitely. I see that your future spouse's wild side really is sort of a sensual healing that brings you. And soulmate, yeah. You two are definitely soulmate. I mean, you've been so close to each other in also your past life. So you two are definitely soulmates. Right. So pile one, I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to support my work. Also, please share this with anyone you think could benefit from watching it, and comment. Let me know how you felt about this reading. I'm very curious. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Okay, iPal 2, if you picked the addictions card, this is your reading. The first thing I see here is that you two could have been a couple as well in the past life, and also I pulled these archetype cards for you and your spouse. Now, your future spouse came out as the martyr, and you came out as Midas. So this tells me that you were a wealthy either woman or man. We'll figure it out with more cards, but you were wealthy, and your future spouse kind of latched onto this wealth of yours because you see, the shadow attribute of the martyr is addiction to self pity. So basically, they were kind of there was this sort of a codependent type of relationship between you two as a couple, which is very much related to the addictions because you see, people that have a tendency to the codependency, they have a tendency to addictions in general. Because codependency is a form of addiction is addiction to being in a relationship. So, in the light attribute, your future spouse, here it says learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So, they were anyway a giving person. But so let's say, for example, they were giving to you in the couple, in the relationship between you two, they were giving with, let's say, acts of service. So it's not like they were latching onto you because you had wealth and that's it. No, they were anyway giving back in some way or another, for what I can see here. So the dynamic, in my opinion, here, by looking at these cards, is that your future spouse was anyway a giving person. And I don't know why, I feel like he was a man and you were the wealthy woman, but only take it as as you feel like. But it could have been vice versa as well. Anyway, whomever was the martyr, which is your future spouse in this case anyway, because I pulled specifically asking what's your future spouse archetype card, and this came out. So your future spouse was this person that was giving either with the acts of service, attention, words of affirmation. They were anyway a giver. They were participating to a relationship. But then you were the entrepreneurial person that had this creative ability to turn anything to gold. And so, and you had delight in sharing life's riches. So you see the two people here. So you were happy to share your riches with your partner at the time, which is your current, in this lifetime, future spouse. And the shadow attribute, though, is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth. So you had fear, though, to lose this wealth. That it could get wasted by the fact that this person had some addictions. It could have been addictions to drinking, to gambling, to all sorts of addictions, reactive behaviors, reclaim your power. So you had to constantly reclaim your power in terms of putting a stop to the addictive behaviors and the wastage, of your wealth. So that's the dynamic I see here. Let's clarify. I'm gonna clarify with this deck first. So what was happening in this past life between actually, before I get this deck, I want to get this one. What was the dynamic here between you and your future spouse in this past life? What was the dynamic? Let's see. Courtship. Yes, you two were a couple, definitely. See, this is the same depiction of a man and a woman. So you're definitely a couple courting each other, like in a courtship. Main male, okay. And what else? Let's see more. Message of concern. Yeah, so there was definitely something that became a concern. I see you, the viewer, as this woman that received this message of concern that concerned you, Basically, you felt like your partner was doing somebody gave you a message that told you that your partner was doing something behind your back that really concerned you, that really made you worry to lose all of your wealth. And he was probably gambling or, doing something. Toil and labor. Yeah, okay. So, yes. So, there could have been then a really a financial loss that I can see, because I see toil and labor, you working in a factory here. So literally, it feels like you did lose a lot of your wealth and ended up having to work to survive. Let's see at the bottom, great fortune, but there was a turn of events. Okay, let me clarify with another deck, and then I'll clarify with tarot as well, because this is very interesting story, and I'll clarify with the Norman too. Okay, give me more indicators about this past life. I saw the card of phobias coming out twice already in my eyes. So you had a lot of fear, I think, losing your ability to survive at this point, because there was this big loss of money that you two encountered. Okay, so let's see what more can you tell me about this past life, about pile 2 and their future spouse, Asia. Okay, let me see more because we want to clarify. So you could have been living in Asia at the time, some region of in Asia, some part of Asia. What else? Galactic. Okay, let me see more. What else? Clarify. This is coming. Male, female. I think you were divine counterparts in this past life. I mean, if you were divine counterparts in your past life, you are still divine counterparts. Your soul are soul mirrors. In fact, when I saw the galactic card, the first channeling I got was that you are star seeds. If you obviously believe in this kind of uh, this possibility of coming from other let's say planets, dimensions. I see this very strong soul bond between the two of you, divine counterparts, being very tied to each other no matter what goes on, addictions and whatnot, like problems, but you two have this strong soul bond. And phobias came out again. I told you that I saw it with my eyes, and it's coming out again. So this really, this relationship in your past life really brought a lot of fear. Like phobias are the strongest level of fear. So, you really got shattered by by these fears. To be honest, it was gut trenching. You know what I mean? A medicine man or woman, there was a lot of healing that had to take place within yourself to overcome all the issues that came with this relationship with your future spouse in this past life. Honestly, this is what I'm seeing. There was quite a bit of a struggle, and yet the soul bond was undeniable, and therefore you just kept going anyway. But let's see more. I want to see if there was a separation, if there was what happened. I want to clarify with Taro now at this point. What happened in the past life of Pile 2 and their future spouse? What happened there? Knight of Pentacles. What happened? Five of Pentacles reverse. You see, this great fortune then sort of came and made you two come out of struggles. It could have been coming from an inheritance, so it could have been just money pouring on you unexpectedly. 26 reduces to 8, which is a number of abundance. And so I think you worked steadily before this new fortune with the Knight of Pentacles. You worked steadily to survive until this great fortune just landed on you. Possibly an inheritance, I see here. Let's see, what else can we tell about this story? Page of Swords. You kept an eye on your future spouse because you were very worried about how they were doing. Let me clarify more. Queen of Pentacles. Yes, you see, you were this wealthy woman in your past life. No matter if you're a man watching or a woman, in the past life you were a wealthy woman. I told you since the beginning. Yeah, and the Four of Cups indicates this state. I think your future spouse in this past life ended up being very miserable, feeling very miserable, and you were very worried about them. It brought you into your fears, this situation with them. You were very worried for them, first of all. I also see, though, that with the Knight of Pentacles, this could be also your future spouse that decided, though, eventually to come out of this poverty mentality, the martyr, you know, oh, poor me. But they came out of that and they started working on themselves too. This is what I'm seeing. Let me see. What did your future spouse heal? Because I think they did some healing with this medicine, man or woman. They definitely went through a healing process. I think they had a sort of a rude awakening and then they kind of elevated. Let me see. What did they heal? Phoenix Rising, you see, yes, they rised up to the challenges and embraced a more empowered energy too. Trying to match your energy as the Queen of Pentacles, they were also trying to match by being the Knight of Pentacles. How teachable are you? Yes, they really tried to open up to learning more about themselves and how to work their sense of resistance to like the sense of self-pity. You see the Four of Cups, that's what's representing as well. This sense of like, there's no point in trying anything because anything that I do, it doesn't work. You know, that kind of sense of the Four of Cups. There's no point in embarking on anything because what's the point? I always fail. You know, so that's the self-pity. So your future spouse was very much into this type of mentality, which brought a lot of issues between the two of you. You were trying to keep steady and keep strong. Let me see more. What else can we know about this past life? And then I'm going to have a look at the influences on this current life. So what happened there? For pile 2. Something's missing. Intimacy or fertility issues. Okay, so there could have been also fertility issues. Okay, and therefore the sense of self-pity. I can't I can't really accept your love because I'm not worthy of it, the martyr, the self-pity, because I am not fertile to give you a child. So that could have also brought down their sense of self-esteem. So there were problems. Okay, let's see. Traveler, wanderer, explorer, I see at the bottom. I think your future spouse decided to move and travel in order to clear their mind and elevate themselves. So there was probably distance between the two of you for some time when they went off their own way because so there was a separation. Because with the Page of Swords, I see you were checking and trying to check on them, trying to gather information. Where is he gone? What is he doing? You know, that kind of thing. Let me see more. I'm getting really curious about this love story. Pile 1 was completely different, so if this doesn't sound right to you, check the other piles, you know. I don't know what pile 3 will bring. Resourcefulness, I love to see that. Yes, it reminds me of this great fortune. Intelligence, mental action, right thinking. Eventually they came around. Eventually your future spouse came around to understanding that there was something they could do about the situation, and then they came back. Personal, professional achievement, yes, success. They also reached some level of achievement when they were in separation with you, from you, and then they came back to reunite with you. because I see then this great fortune, this abundance for the two of you together coming up. Okay, so how does this past life between the two of you, how is that influencing your current lifetime, in this life when you two will meet and will be together? Let's see, we saw quite a bit of struggle, but let's see what will happen now in this lifetime in the relationship. Like this could just mean like, you know, a certain type of relationship dynamic. Let me see. So for pile 2, let's have a look with the good tarot. Now, what is the consequence? I'm going to put it here actually. The consequence of, I see the page of fire. I just saw it with my eyes there. And let's see, anyway, I want to pull cards. So for pile 2, what is the influence on this lifetime with their future spouse? 6 of earth, 7 of water. Okay. Page of earth, 2 of earth. There is a lot of earth energy coming out. Strength. Very nice. And what else? I need one more card and then the bottom of the deck. Messenger of fire. That's the Knight of Wands. And 5 of earth. A lot of earth energy, really. I think the consequence in this lifetime is that you two, because you both will fear again poverty, let's say, you know, you two are going to work really steadily with the you know, together to bring kind of an equal amount of wealth to your life together. So you two will both work. I see this first of all. You two will. There is not going to be one of you sort of staying at home. I see both of you working and giving to each other in order to maintain a level of wealth, stable. Because I also have the strength card, and this is telling me that you two are trying to build a very strong foundation in the relationship, and that with the page of earth, you're going to put steady steps, like communicate in very concrete manner about your future plans together, about what you want to achieve. And with the two of earth, which is the two of pentacles, you two are going to be possibly having even more sources of income, like juggling all the different ways to earn money. So this earth energy is very, very strong. And then I also see, though, the Knight of Wands. So the passion between the two of you is anyway going to be strong, because you were already a couple, like in a past life. And you two have a soul bond anyway. With the strength card, you are soulmates, most definitely. You know, you have shared many past lives together, for what I can see from the strength card. This is a major arcana, so it indicates to me that there is a long history, a long soul history between the two of you. So the consequence of this past life is that you two are going to dream about the future together, but then putting in very concrete steps in order to build a stable foundation for you two. But that this stable foundation is, though, ignited by the fire of your souls attracting each other like crazy. So you two, you know, are going to have first of all very strong sensual attraction, sensual pull, and you two are going to be attracted to each other like magnets, and you two are going to be very solidal with each other in building your future. So I see a very positive reflection of your past life on this life, because you two are making sure that everything is on point with all this earth energy, and that everything is strongly built on solid foundation. Yet you are dreamy. Both of you want to dream high, and you want to have your dreams, but then you want to bring them to reality in a very concrete manner, for what I can see. So let me see more what with this chakra oracle deck. What are the consequences of this past lifetime in the new life, in this current lifetime? Complacency came in reverse. I think I think that there is this feeling of wanting not. It came in reverse, so I'm going to take it as in you don't want to be complacent. If there is any problem, you too will work on that and will not be sitting down and doing the self-pity, self-wallowing that happened before in the previous life. Miracle, yes. So there is going to be a lot of manifesting together, manifesting miracles. Hold on one second. This card, the perfection, fell on the ground as well. So you two are going to build a very prosperous, abundant life with each other. I see it with these fruits. And you two are both very much inspired by your own visions with this light I see here. You have these visions and manifestations that you two bring to reality. You're a very powerful couple, for what I can see. You're really a power couple here. And yes, this perfection card always reminds me of the Empress card. In the strength, the female figure is the Empress. So this is telling me that there's going to be a lot of fertility, abundance. So, the way there was infertility in the previous spread with the past life, there's going to be fertility this time around. And you're going to have possibly a son together, for what I can see with this page of Heart. You could also have twins with the Two of Earth. I see the two round, so you could actually have 3 children, one boy and 2 girls, twins. I mean, that's very specific, so only take it if it will resonate when you will have children with your future spouse. But that's what's coming out as a message. And then at the bottom, workaholic. Yes, you're going to work really hard, both of you, to bring all the abundance that you want in your life. So this is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I mean, definitely that's something very strong that's coming out with you. Let me now double check. I want to get the healing cards to see again more about what you two are going to, how you two are going to work with each other in terms of healing each other in this lifetime, given that what happened in your past life, that past life together. So let's see where we can see here. Pride. So you both will work on keeping your pride at bay and transforming, to overcome any ego issues. Sadness, yes. I think you will work together in order to make each other happy and heal any possible sadness that can come up to the surface for the two of you. This kind of, you see the way this lady's crying here. So this kind of feeling of everything is lost, the 5 of Earth. No, it's not, because we're working on it. We are manifesting miracles and we're bringing abundance in our life. So kind of picking up each other, like sort of sustaining each other. When the other is sad, the other will pick up the pace to bring back to a better perspective on things. That's what I'm getting here. Let me see more. What else? One last thing here. Patience. You're gonna be very patient with each other. Like, you know each other really well, because you see, you have spent so many lifetimes, for what I'm gathering here, together as a very strong soul bond, soulmates. You two are counterparts, divine counterparts. So you have developed this patience for each other. You know each other really well on a soul level, and so you're going to be very patient with each other, with all of the aspects of each other that you know so well. You'll feel like you are two peas in a pod, that you know each other maybe too well. That kind of relationship where you're like, I know you really, really well, and I know which things I need to kind of, let's say, overlook a little bit, close an eye about. you know, that kind of relationship. And inner child, this came out in pile 1 as well as the workaholic card. So there could be extra messages in pile 1 for you. But anyway, with the inner child, that might have been even a previous lifetime. Who knows? Maybe pile 1 and pile 2 are connected, as in one lifetime was before and then this was another one. Anyway, so with inner child, yeah, you're healing each other's inner child, being very respectful towards the innocence that you recognize in the other, you know, the purity of your soul. You respect it, you have patience with each other. So this is what I see, pile 2. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like the video, share it if you think anybody would benefit from watching it or from enjoying watching it. Also, leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you think about this reading. It's the first type of past life reading I've ever done. And then also let me know, like, subscribe the channel, I meant, if you haven't already, to support my work. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Hi Pel3, welcome to your reading. If you picked the passions and interests card, this is your reading. Let's have a look. I actually got three cards for your for this past life oracle cards. So we have Archangel Zachiel, compassion, freedom, forgiveness, and we have Archangel Phanuel, optimism and hope. We'll see how this links in with your story, with your past life story. But let's see. Now I got also some archetypes already, pre-shuffled them, and I got for you, the viewer, the slave, and for your future spouse, I got the seeker and the warrior. So with the seeker, let's read it. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And with the warrior, the light attribute, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Now, they could have been a literal warrior. They could anyway be been a person that always seek the truth in their life, and a very wise person. That's your future spouse in the past life. They were anyway very strong, very skillful, and very disciplined. And they had a tough will as well. But let's see their shadow side. Inability to commit to a path once found, okay, and then trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others, okay. Let me see now your archetype, the slave, surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So you were kind of going with the flow of life, but the shadow attribute is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So what I see as a dynamic here is that, okay, I see a mother and a child. So you could have been, one of you could have been the mother and the other the child. Now, I would say if that was the dynamic, and I'll check anyway with other tarot deck, with other oracle decks and tarot. If your future spouse was the mother and you were the child, the son specifically, I see that you as a child were giving a lot of authority to your mother, okay, and that you were fearful of making choices, probably being fearful of making wrong choices. So I see a mother and a child type of dynamic, and your mother was a strong-willed type of yes, your mother, which is your future spouse, you know, in the past life, your mother was strong, you know, a strong woman, with lots of interests in their life, somebody very active. You know, the warrior is somebody, an action-oriented person, definitely, and she was a very disciplined and skilled woman, that had a lot of inner strength as well as probably physical strength, you know. I see, you know, this person going on a pilgrimage. I mean, it takes strength to go on a pilgrimage, you know, even just to walk all the path. So I see a very strong mother with a child, possibly even a single mother, but we'll check with the other decks. Let me see. Okay, what more can we get about this dynamic? And you know what's funny? In pile 1, it was actually that the viewer was a father, and that the future spouse was their son. And now I have instead that you were the son, and that your future spouse is your mother. So it's actually a similar thing, but in the opposite way around. Okay, I'm finding this reading very interesting. I don't know about you, but I'm getting curious here. Let me see. So what more can we know? Gift. Okay, let's see more. I think you were... Okay, look at this. Child, wealthy man. Okay, this is interesting now. It's getting interesting. I'm getting another story here. Sudden wealth. Okay, I'm getting this now. I'll tell you what I see here. I see your mom, your mother, which is your future spouse, was a single mother with a son, and you were the son. And though what happened was that she met a wealthy man, which gave her a gift because he was in love with her. And then from their union, a new child was born. So you had a sister in this past life, and wow, and so basically this brought sudden wealth to your mother, which is your future spouse. And yes, and this was a turnaround of her life, which initially was a bit of a struggle. Like she had to really fight for her own life, you know, and to bring you up as a child. And then this wealthy man came into her life and brought a lot of hope, optimism. You see, Archangel Phanuel helped with this meeting of hearts, and Archangel Zachiel helped with the sense of freedom that your mother, you know, when your mother basically became a single mother. She had to be very compassionate with herself, first of all, forgiving herself for the mistakes probably made, and free herself from all of this pain that she experienced. So this is what I see. So there were two archangels watching over your mother, which was your future spouse. Very interesting. Let me see more about this story. I'm very curious now about what's happening here. I'm going to clarify with this past life oracle deck. What happened? What happened in this? Give me more indicators. Communal living. Yeah, when she was single mother, your future spouse, which was your mother, had to live in a community in order to bring you up. So she asked for support of others, you know, during this time. Definitely. You see, there were more than one house in the surrounding area where she lived. So other people helped her bring you up. And transportation, yes, she then traveled. And that's probably when I see also this boat. This man could have come from faraway lands, and she anyway traveled as well. Your mom took, decided to move eventually at some point in time, and took a train most likely. Okay, and then she got married. You see the authority figures with this wealthy man. That's so interesting. And then, okay, so let me see orphan at the bottom of the deck. Okay, maybe you see what happened. What could have happened is that you lost your dad and became an orphan of your dad. That's what happened. And therefore, that's why your mom was single, a single mother. Your dad could have even died in prison because his imprisonment here. Yes, this was a marriage. Like she was married with a man, but this man got imprisoned and died in prison, and you got orphan. You became an orphan. So that's what I see here. So that's such an interesting story. Let me see more. What more can we get about this story? I see the anchor in reverse. Yeah, that was a very unsettling for your mother. But then she found a new direction with the compass. Let me see about this story. Yeah, she experienced loads of different emotions, happiness, sadness in her life. There was a lot going on. And then this man appeared and offered her a gift, flowers, a lot of romance. This man loved her dearly. 37, that's the clockwork. 37 reduces to 10, which was the end of a cycle, at the beginning of a new cycle with this man that she met. And then what else at the bottom? Yes, I see the divine feminine. So this was probably a divine union, like she met then her divine counterpart, I think, because your mother, which is your future spouse, was a divine it's a divine feminine. So then she met this wealthy man. Oh, look how interesting is this detail. There is a clockwork in this, and this is the clockwork. You see the resonance. So this was meant to be, this meeting was basically meant to happen. It was like guided by the angels, you know what I mean? That's what I'm getting here. This is such a synchronism, you know? It's absolutely beautiful when I see these things in a reading. Oh, this shoot out. Look at that. This literally, these two cards shoot out. So this wealthy man might have made a fortune by, let's say, he probably was somebody that sometimes gambled, or maybe he was a person that had a very entrepreneurial, attitude. So they took risks in life to build their wealth, and then they traveled. They see again the boat. So this man came from another land. Anyway, and then they met, and he saw the beauty in your mother, which is your future spouse again. Right, so this brought a lot of happiness, I think. Let me check more with this deck. And then we'll go into the consequences on your present life. Let's see more. So what more can we get about this love story? So beautiful. Oh, and also I got another message, sorry, that this man also had lost probably the wife. It might have been because they already had a child, possibly, which became orphan. So this is another message that's coming out. So maybe either you had a child, either your mother, which is your future spouse, and this man had a new child together, or else this child also was an orphan, because I see a girl here, because they lost mother. So then the two of them, the single parents, came together basically. Archangel Metatron. Look how many archangels were basically watching over your mother and you during this past lifetime. Ancient wisdom, understanding, communication of all kinds. So they helped. They really helped. All this angelic presence helped the two of them coming together, and resourcefulness. Yes, this became really like it ended up in this blooming abundance in terms of happiness, joy for the entire family. So I see a lot of happiness together. Okay, so let me see now what are the consequences of this past life that we saw here in your current lifetime as a couple, because I'm very curious now to see what that implies for you two as a relationship, because most likely our past lives influence the way we relate to each other in the current life. The triggers that we get from each other, or the type of things that we find interesting in each other, or that makes us feel like we are very close to each other, because of the relationship we had in the past life. Let's see. So what did this past life together, what influence does this past life has on the relationship that pile three, yes, will have with their future spouse? King of Water. There's going to be a lot of love between the two of you, a feeling of extreme love, deep love. Eight of Fire, a lot of passion between the two of you, feeling like your best friends. Look at this panda carrying the child on his back. So there is sustaining each other, I see. A lot of feeling of like, I want to be here for you, and carry you around and be supportive of you. Seven of Air. Okay, so there might be times where you two are feeling ungrounded, and that's because I think of the fact that anyway, as a single mother and a child, orphan child that lost their father, there is this feeling of uncertainty that could be still lingering in your souls, you know, in terms of, are we going to make it? Are we going to survive? Can we trust our future? This is what I'm getting from the Seven of Air. High Priestess, there is though this strong telepathic bond between the two of you. You two will understand each other like this very quickly because you had such a strong, close bond as a mother and child in the past life. Four of Water. That's a Four of Cups. Yeah, I think there is this, every now and then there will be this sort of feeling of like, uh, you know, the self-indulgence, like, okay, are we able to make it? Are we going to embrace this love and to bring like good prosperity to our lives? You know, there's a bit of a doubt at times because you two went through a lot of struggles, but the Queen of Fire is a very confident. So I see the Queen of Fire and the King of Water. So take your position in this couple as you wish. So there is the feminine energy is very strong, very affirmative, very confident. So this I see as in the past life it would have been the mother figure. But you know, it doesn't have to be. If you are the viewer and you resonate more with the King of Water, a very loving masculine figure, very nurturing, deep in their feelings, you know, take it as it resonates, depending who you are in as a viewer. But anyway, I see two people very at the same level, first of all, because King and Queen are on the same level. And then, so a very good couple, and also a very confident feminine energy and a very loving masculine energy. So a beautiful couple that I see. You're going to balance fire and water. I see a lot of water and a lot of fire here. I mean, I have this two cards of fire, two cards of water. So this perfect balance between water and fire. And then I have the Seven of Air and the High Priestess. So the High Priestess as a major arcana really indicates that you two have a spiritual bond, a very strong soulmate bond. Let's see the bottom, the Six of Air, Six of Swords. So that's traveling towards calmer waters, towards you know, an emotional contentment. So I see doubts at times kind of triggered up in terms of like, are we going to be okay? And then though moving towards a better state of mind, calmer state of mind, you two are going to bring a lot of peace to each other. I see though the, you know, the triggering of the doubts because you two went through a lot of survival struggle, emotional struggle, you know, during that past lifetime. So I'm not surprised. Let's see though what else as an influence on this lifetime. Let's see one more with these chakra cards. I see gratitude here. You two are going to have a child, definitely. There is a pregnant woman here. You're going to be grateful to be in each other's lives and to share this love. If you are also a, you know, into same gender marriage, this is also depicted in this card. Only take it if it resonates with you. Enlightenment. You two are going to bring a lot of clarity to each other. You two are going to inspire each other. And service, yes, as I said before, you're going to support each other. Acts of services could be your main love language, you know, between the two of you. And then at the bottom, facade. So I think at times you will try to make it all better by, you know, it's like fake it until you make it. You two, when you're going to have some moments of emotional withdrawal, let's say, or emotional pain, or you know, a sense of like dissatisfaction emotionally, you two are going to put on a brave face, I think, with this facade card. and you're going to try to then go back to your own real self, which is this very loving person and this very brave and confident person. So you two are going to balance again, I think, and bring this light back again into each other's life. And let's see, now I want to clarify what you two have healed or are healing within each other's life as a consequence. Okay, these are shooting out of me. As a consequence of your past life. These three just wanted to fall, and then I'll check the bottom here. So let's see. Letting go. Yes, letting go of this. You see, these are the ghosts of the past. This past life is still haunting at times. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like an emotional haunting. And yet, you two then bring back enlightenment to each other. You bring back through your creativity, unleash your creativity. You two bring back this happiness by being very creative in your life. You see, the Queen of Fire is a very creative force as well, creative energy. You see the way it starts from your heart chakra, but then I see also that this heart chakra is ignited, and and then you are bringing new life to new creative endeavors. I see the flame here, so there is inspiration going on, especially from you, if you see yourself as a Queen of Fire, or your future spouse, and then entrapment. Yeah, so you two are healing this feeling of being blocked by unleashing your true creativity, true self, and by bringing clarity to each other with the High Priestess and the Enlightenment card. You kind of rebalance each other's back, and you're kind of telling each other, don't worry, as long as we work on what we can bring into this world, we'll be fine. So there is a lot of support and service. You see the support that you bring to each other, that I see a lot. Let me see the bottom. How teachable are you? This came up in pile 2, so there may be messages there too, just in case you want to check. So anyway, this is like a question. How much have you learned from this past life? You too. How much have you learned? And you two, I think, have learned a lot in terms of being of support for each other, because you practiced that already in the past life. Being grateful for each other's presence in each other's life, and bringing clarity to each other, being like the person that the other can come to consult as an oracle. The High Priestess is the one that can speak like opens her mouth and speaks wisdom. And because your mother was a very wise person already with the truth seeker, there is wisdom. This was wisdom. So your future spouse was a very wise person. So they have accumulated this wisdom already from past lives, and they've taught you a lot as well in the past lives as a mother to a child, and then also they've taught you how to fight in life, how to be a warrior, how to be strong. I see your future spouse as being the Queen of Fire, to be honest, as an energy more than vice versa. But as again, take it as it resonates for you. And they have taught you to fight for yourself, I think. So that's the consequence I see. To be an active person in your own life, to be of service to others. You probably, as a child as well, helped your mother, at times. As a child in a past life with your future spouse, you've had to help your mother, as you were growing up. So it was reciprocal. You learned from your mother how to be of sustain and service, of support and service to another person. This is what I'm seeing here as a consequence. So I think I really like this reading. I hope you did as well. Now, please like it if you did, and also let me know in the comments. I would love to know what you thought about this reading. It's the very first past life reading I've ever done, but I'm very happy with what came out. I think it was interesting to see. I was very curious about it. And please subscribe the channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate to support my work. It gives me great satisfaction when I see the support coming from you guys. And also share it with anyone you think could enjoy this reading. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.